Hello, traders. How is everyone doing today? You may notice my screen looks a bit different today. We are rolling with Exo Pro, and we will continue to do this. Yeah, got to get used to it. This is how things are going to look from now on, probably within trading rooms and within live streams. And this is awesome. So, yeah, I am using Exocharts Pro, Exocharts Desktop today, and we will be doing our analysis using this. So welcome everybody. Not many people in here, actually. This is a very underwhelming start. Basketballs, PLP, Stuart, Welp, Matt, hello, hello, hello. Let's smash those likes up. Let's try and get more likes than viewers, if that is at all possible throughout the stream. So, yeah. I guess if people come along and they like the video and then they have to leave for whatever reason, we will, yeah, we'll do that. Craig fan, giggle, hello. All right. So yeah, it's been a really, it's been a fun day to trade again today. Yes, new release today as well for this. So this is actually still 1.9.9, but they have Exo have released the 1.9.19, which has additional updates on it also. And let's go see if we can continue this nice little pump here. So, yeah, it's been a very enjoyable day so far. So we will be going over some of the price action that we have had today. We will be going over the amazing little long trade that we were able to catch at the lows here, and we were just watching this. We had the whole trading room, New York trading room, earlier on today, and we came down to this low. We completed that 80% setup that was here from yesterday, basically being like reopened outside of the value area. We had that move down. We eventually came through all the way to previous day value area low and our range value area low. We continued to chop around for a bit. You have 3 pushes to the downside, and yeah, then got a reversal, a perfect little back test here of the golden pocket region. We got CVD divergence down at the lows. We got all sorts of stuff, and yeah, we were able to get into a nice trade that has been very profitable. So yeah, let's see how everyone's doing today. Has everyone else enjoyed trading today, or have they found it a little bit stressful? I think this move down caught a lot of people by surprise, and people were a bit scared of the dump. But there is no reason to be scared of the dump because it was expected, and that's why we were short yesterday, because we were looking at this 80% setup that was in play. Why is my expand text? Oh, yeah, there's my text. So we were looking at this setup in play. We had that move all the way down through to our value area low, and we came in, dipped into these single prints here, and now we're back, found ourselves back up at the highs of today's range. So it'll be very interesting to see if we can come and hit daily open, if we can put a wick in on the day, because we basically did just open the daily candle and just dumped straight away yesterday, which was yeah, kind of crazy. And often you'll be able to put in a high at least for the day, so we'll see if we can put in that high, take out our daily high today, and see what happens then. So what do we go over here? I mean, this is a bit cramped. I have very limited screen real estate on a streaming setup, so yeah, I guess because we are streaming, normally my screen is like much bigger than this, and it's over 2 screens, but I'm gonna roll with it. We'll see how this works. We have trading light down here. There's trading light. Say hello to trading light. We have agri-trade here. We have everything you could possibly need to trade from this new version of Exo, which is really amazing. So yeah, I'm very happy and I am enjoying this. And we can do this and we can open this up and we can start to... The only problem is, right, there's different like actions within TradingView and Trading Light and EXO. So I find myself right clicking and trying to drag. It just simply doesn't work. I just end up doing that. But it's okay. All is good. Yeah. We have the DOM over here. So again, this workspace will be shared within the crew. Once I've got it all set up nicely and I'm happy with it, I'll share this. I'll be able to share this whole workspace, including the DOM. I know people were asking how I have it set up like this because for a lot of people it takes up a lot of screen space. I just basically want it to show the tape, to remove any orders below $1,000, and just to show the, I mean the DOM. The DOM is here anyway, but this gives you the figures for it. So you can see it moving around nicely on here, and then this gives you the figures. In fact, I don't really need this one, so we can remove that. And then we have the DOM, and then we have our daily volume profile, and all of that kind of stuff. Whelp. Whelp says, not everything. The exchange isn't there to trade. Well, let me show you something, because if you click plus on here and you go to web, I could load Bybit straight into this and trade straight off of this very same window. I could load BitMEX, I could load FTX, I could load Binance, I could load Coinbase, I could load Bittrex, I could load my email server. So there's plenty of really great things that you can do with this. So yes, it is everything. It really is everything. But anyway, let's go back to this and we'll just have a look at TradingView as normal. Craig, I don't use in Silico Terminal because in order to do that, I have to use their Bybit referral link, and I prefer to give myself my own commission and not someone else. So I trade on my own referral. To use in Silico, you need to trade on their referral, and that means they take my money, which I don't really want. I want to take my own money. Cool. Okay. Anyway, what do we go over today? I mean, we can talk about some recent price action. We could talk about the high yesterday. So we were short from this high, which was basically, I think I still have this loaded here, the 1.272. So I did do a tweet yesterday. Let me see if I can load that as well. I could load Twitter up onto this. No, I'm going to find this here. So we're going to go through a few of the trades. If I just go... There we go. So, this was the trade that I was looking at yesterday. This was the short I was taking. So we did see, we started to get some exhaustion up at the highs here. Or at the 1.272. I was saying careful here, the 1.272 is like a brick wall on failed breakouts, and then what happened afterwards? Oops. And yeah, we find ourselves now back. Ooh, how do I do this? That one, back here. All the way down here, and that was a really nice short position. And the same with the long earlier on. So if we go, this is taking way too much brain power to get moving in the right direction. There we go. So back onto this. One screen is impossible. The other trade we were looking at yesterday or today, we were able to get this low. So this has been really nice. You have that. We had that move down into the lows, came straight into our local golden pocket, had the CVD divergence off of that, which was basically down here. So this was looking at this local golden pocket region, and that was the long again. I was scaling into a long on this, and then that's when I really went in quite hard on the long position. So again, really, yeah, a really nice day of trading, some really profitable trades from this, and a really good range to be trading on here. So that was all all very good. Yeah. And yes, Stuart, I will slap the weekly VWAP right on there for you. So we did come into, if we do put on that weekly VWAP, there we go. There was that almost, well, here we go. We'll go on to Bybit. You traded through it on Bybit. Depending on what exchange you were using, some exchanges traded through it, some exchanges hit it perfectly, some exchanges front ran it. So the weekly VWAP was a really nice little zone for this bounce that we did have earlier on today. That was a very important level that we were looking at. And also, of course, we did have that just taking out these lows, which is exactly what we wanted to see before getting a really nice bounce off of this. So at the moment, I'm kind of thinking again, the move for now is probably done. I would definitely be taking profits on a long if you are long from here. I wouldn't be too concerned about closing any short positions. I'd be surprised if we take out the high tonight. I think what's more likely as we do come back down, we continue this range a little bit more. We basically, every time there's an FOMC meeting, it's silly. It's just like, okay, take out the longs, take out the shorts, continue on as normal. So that's what we've had today. If we are to get continuation, we know the level. Okay, it's so clear. It's the most clear and obvious level you will ever get in crypto. 46,200. If we are to get a breakout from this, a proper breakout, 46,200 is literally everything at the moment. Whether or not that means that there is too many eyes on it and we do end up blasting through that level or we never actually hit it, I do not know. But if we do come up to there, that's like the biggest level on the whole chart right now for me. So what else do we have today? Hesty Storon is short. Good. I think, yeah, it's a reasonable place to be going short. We have got this. What we've basically done is, oh, let me draw it on here. A, B, C, D. Now this is almost perfect again as well. So if you're looking at the reciprocal, what's like the opposite of around a 0.5, it is the 2. So we did come really nicely into this area. We also came into that 1-to-1 region, and we've had a bounce at this point that's gone actually just beyond the golden pocket. So we have had that really nice bounce, taking out these highs here, coming into this daily region on the chart. And I would probably say there is an opportunity for a short here again on this, and we could then be looking at this as some kind of harmonic that's starting to play out. And yeah, we'll see how it develops. But a move back down to the point of control would be fairly good if we were to get that. Again, we can look on here. We still have the selling tail intact. We're back inside today's value area. I would say, yeah, probably we're looking down towards this point of control at this stage. See if it holds some support there, and maybe overnight or tomorrow. We have had those big moves up at the end of each day recently once the New York market closes. So that will be closing in 40 minutes, I think. Right? Am I right? I might be wrong. I might be right. I'm not quite sure. No, Bitcoin's doing nothing. It's literally like completely flatlined. When did I start this stream? So for the last, since 7 minutes past, it's moved like literally once. In 10 minutes, it's moved once. And it's just been holding here. I'm going to look on Trading Light as well. This is so smooth, these little transitions. They should do like some cool little animations. So when you do it, it goes like, and then opens up a new window. And then you close it and it goes, Umar, I don't have any trading bots. I just stopped trading. That's the reason why we why we get less volatility. I just simply stopped trading, and yeah. And then when I finish the stream, I start trading again, and then we get some volatility that picks back up, because the market's one market maker down right now, so possibly more than one market maker down right now because the rest of them are all watching me. No, awkward. What else can I show you that's really cool on here? Basketballs. Umar wasn't meaning to be a hater. He was just making a joke. It's all good. Everything's good. There's no hate in here. Okay, maybe there is a little bit, but it's not for me. That's good to see. Stuart, I think we are sat on the monthly open as well. Are we? Am I just being completely dumb? We're definitely not sat on the monthly open. Um, yeah, I that would have been crazy. Yeah, we're definitely not sat on the monthly open. I don't have it on my chart, but we're not. Um, I don't know where you got that from. I'm going to put that on here. Which pivot indicator are you using? I don't use pivots. I do not use pivots. If I was using pivots, I would just the ones. Oh, they are on my chart because when we do trading rooms, people sometimes ask about them. So this is. I say I don't use pivots, and then it's literally right there. Yeah, I don't personally use pivots, but we do trading rooms within the crew and stuff, and people do ask about them. So they are there as an indicator I can pull up, and it's the standard trading room pivots. I have it on traditional. Um, that's yeah, that's it really. So I don't know. They just put silly lines on my chart. We've actually hit a pivot today, haven't we? We've hit the pivot. I don't use pivots, but we've hit the pivot. That's annoying. And we hit R1. So is this a weekly pivot? Are these the weekly pivots? And these have been working really nicely. This must be. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have. We've hit the weekly pivot. And we hit the R1 off of that yesterday. Maybe I need to start using pivots because that's pretty good confluence. It didn't really work last week, did it? So everyone who was trading pivots last week, I mean, you didn't get any trades. You got one the week before. Then you just traded through it. So yeah, nice, nice additional confidence for that. uh, Randall's here as well. Yeah, use the built-in ones. The trading view one is good enough for 98% of people. Cool. I would agree. Matt, what is the best anchor period to use for VWAP? So I have a standard VWAP on here that I just switch between. Session's my day trading one, so session always. I'll switch it to the weekly. I'll switch it to the monthly. If I'm doing an anchored VWAP, then I do something slightly different. So this is session monthly weekly on high low close 3, which is just the most accurate you can get it. Again, that's very much standard. So that's what I use for this. I don't have like a multi VWAP indicator because again, it just messes with the chart ratio and stuff, and you get VWAPs down here and all of this. I just like to swap things around. If I'm using like an anchored VWAP, what I tend to do, I did mention this earlier on. I think I mentioned it on another stream. Then I tend to, yeah, just choose my pivots for that, and I will possibly anchor it on this occasion to the low. And then you get to, yeah, and then you get your anchored VWAPs from that. So I just choose a pivot, high, low, like so. Yeah. Hello, Simba. For anything you use, looking at MPOC to VWAP to weekly open, etc., have you back tested it and accounted for overfitting the results? I don't know quite what you mean by overfitting the results, but I have back tested it like um thoroughly. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, everything I talk about is thoroughly traded and back, not just back tested. I mean, I've traded it hundreds, if not thousands of times. So if I am talking about something on here, it's not going to be like, apart from the pivots, obviously, because I don't trade the pivots. But if I am talking about trading points of control, trading the VWAP, trading high time frame levels, trading off the daily open, trading the 80% setup, trading fib extensions, fib expansions, trading golden pockets, all of that kind of thing. I mean, I've traded it thousands of times, and I have back tested it, yeah, exhaustively, and have plenty of results for those. So yeah. Basketball, should we be even looking at 47k at all at this point? I mean, 40 is 46 200, isn't it? That's the yearly open. For me, I'm not looking beyond that at this stage. So I'm not looking, yeah, I'm yeah, just generally not looking beyond 46 200. If we were to get beyond that, so the significance of that is very clear. Okay, you got 46 200 is your a daily MPOC up here. We've actually come through these ones today, which is good. Your daily MPOC and your yearly level and other stuff as well. So that for me is massive. If we claim it, I 47k. We got stuff there, haven't we? We got stuff around 47. 47 brings us up to the top, this block up here. So we would then at that point have, let's go, this point of control. Yeah. So your point of control is at 46.9 at 47k. So yeah, point of POC of this entire downtrend is 47k. So although I am looking mainly at the yearly open, that would be the point in which my alerts start going bang 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 bang, bang crazy. The chances are, if we are to get a move up there, it's not like massively far off to say, okay, cool, we're going to get a move up to the yearly open. At that point is when I will be looking quite a lot for swing short positions, but we may hit the yearly open, we may come through, we may then get the hit the POC, we might then get a change of market structure or something like this, and then we can look for positions based off of that. So I'd expect chop around that area. I just think it's going to be very, very significant overall. And yes, the POC could come into effect at that point, for sure. That's going to be a massive level as well, like really huge. I think that's also the point of control of this little range here. So if we do just go and do this a little bit, then yeah, you can see your point of control there, like exactly the same. So generally, if you come into a previous range as point of control, that's going to be a pretty good level. Roadwell, what about FOMC result potentially? Don't care. Um, tell like my answer to any news event will just be I don't care. Like I don't care. The thing with news events, they do accelerate what would actually happen anyway. So I think today we already I don't even know what they were talking about. I have no idea what the FOMC minutes were saying today. I have absolutely no idea what they were. Um, the fact was it gave us extra volatility, which was nice, which probably would have taken a lot longer to play out. But the fact that the market ends up being in like a heightened sense of awareness during these times, and everyone just gets chopped up, it means you can get much quicker price action. I have absolutely no doubt if we'd have come down here and taken these lows, we would have chopped around for a bit and we would have got a bounce anyway. So I trade the charts. Like the news will accelerate things, but generally speaking, that's what all I find it really does, is it does just accelerate what's already happening, unless it's something really crazy. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what they were talking about today. I'm kind of done with all these Jerome Powell, FOMC things, and everything. It's literally all this news is literally just designed to shake out retail a lot of the time. JMY, take profit when you can because it may easily go away. This is something I need to work on. I'm not very good at trading, which is why I prefer non-trading games like Kitty Kart. Right. I don't even know if that's a genuine comment or not. Um, turn trading into a game. Maybe just try paper trading. Turn trading into a game. That's how I do it. It's a game. Why are we not moving, man? Come on. Give me something to talk about. This is boring. This is boring. I've just seen that name. So in the comments, man. Luke, how do you draw the fixed range for your trading? It seems fairly subjective and I don't know where to begin or end the fixed range. So, okay, little tip for fixed ranges. We'll do a little trading tip. So what you want to be doing is, first of all, find a range. If it is a fixed range, you want to be looking for a range. So this is number one. Look for an area in which price is going sideways. So if you have it like impulsive move followed by sideways followed by an impulse. So if we're wanting to find the point of control for this area here in which we're sideways, generally speaking, what I would do is I'd look for the end of that impulse down into the point where it starts to go sideways a little bit, and then I draw it to the end just before you impulse out of it. So that for me would be the fixed range of this range right here. So that's how I would pull it. Now you can pull that on whatever time frame you like. That is how I would do it on there. Again, for if we're going to go into this little section here, you can basically call all of this sideways. when you're looking at like touches to the lows and the highs. And I think how I would trade this one again is looking at that impulse coming into it. I probably would include the impulse at this point, because you're looking at this as being breakout. You come back in back test and you have equal lows and you have equal highs, and then you start to break those equal lows. So at this one, I would probably pull from here to here. So you're basically just looking at what is contained, the price action that's contained within a range that you're looking at. So again here, this here isn't really contained within this range. This is before the range forms, and then you have a breakthrough afterwards. It is very, very subjective. The other way you can do it is by looking at trends, and trends is much more easy, to be honest. So you're just looking at pivot high to pivot low. So again, where is your pivot low that we're looking at here? I mean, that's very clear. There's a pivot low. There's a pivot high of this uptrend. And if you're wanting to find the POC of the uptrend, then you do that. If you want to find the point of control of what could be the entire uptrend, you can then just pull that out to whatever area you're looking at. So you're looking at those major pivots. Again, if we're looking at the downtrend, then there's your downtrend from pivot high to the last pivot low. That gives you your point of control. You could take that across until the point maybe in which we change market structure, which comes up to here, or you can just pull it across the entire way, because I mean, until price comes up to that level, that volume's going to remain there. So yeah, that's how I generally would pull my fixed ranges. The other thing, of course, you can do is time based. So if you're looking for like the point of control from the week, you just take it from your weekly open. So you can use a fixed range here, which gives us a weekly open. I think we start, what was it, 6th of Feb? No, the week after that. Blop. That was last week. So you can put a fixed range from midnight, 14th of Feb. Do it properly. And then you can get a fixed range for the week. Oh, look at that. We're at the point of control. We're at the weekly point of control. Or not. Depending on depending on how you draw it. Thanks. We're not at the weekly point of control. That's a lie. We are if you go onto the 1 hour and you just got it like that. Jay, you're live streaming my live stream. Nice. Do you want to get everyone over to this channel? That's mad, man. Are you actually live streaming the live stream? Should we live stream Jay doing the live stream? Hold on a minute. I'm going to do something cool. Whoa. Okay, yeah, you are live streaming the live stream. Look, I can live stream the live stream of the live stream. We're live streaming live of the live. So you can put a fixed range for.
Here I am, man.
We're talking to each other through
right now.
I can hear me and I can hear you. Okay, we're gonna I'll stop that. This is gonna be really confusing for anyone listening. We are if you go onto the 1 hour and you've just got. Oh, Jay, you've stopped talking.
So this is not a bad dump so far. I'm glad I shorted this. I seem to generate right, in hindsight. It always seems good.
Okay, let me. Anyway, yeah, thanks for streaming that, Jay. That's cool. Random. All right, let's go back onto this again. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. I found a cool bottle of wine in the shop today, and I just wanted to buy it because it's been a nice day of trading. Cool. Ah. Just one glass. Just the one. I haven't muted myself, have I? I've just muted the other stream. Yeah, cool. And now all right, yeah. So we were streaming the restream of the live stream, and now everyone is watching. I'm watching him stream the live stream. Yeah, yeah. Jay, if you're around, often we do like Thursday, don't we? So if you're around tomorrow evening, do you want to do a? I think I'm around tomorrow evening, before Asia Open. Should we? Yeah, we could. If you want to hop on a stream here tomorrow night, that'd be cool. And we can talk about stuff. We can talk about price action. We can talk about chickens drinking. We can talk about bum cheeks. We can talk about wash dry iron lows. All sorts of things. They want your American accent. I'll do the American accent tomorrow. If Jay, if you can get this stream up to 200 viewers, I'll do an American accent. I'll do one right now. So you got to send everyone over to this stream now, and we got to get it up to. Let's go for 150 likes. 200 viewers, 150 likes, and then I'll talk in an American accent, or I'll attempt to. Because then I can just like build myself up for it. I don't feel like I'm so on the spot. Why is price not moving? Come on. It's just doing nothing. So this is now, we have gone 8 minutes of zero movement. Nothing is going on. Why aren't you moving? I'm going to give this 20 more minutes on the stream. We'll see if we can hit 150 likes. If Jay can bring over enough people to get 150 likes, and then I'll do my American accent. Gonna be absolute car crash. Sorry. Anyway, I did see someone had. Look at this. Let's move. Just move. Come on. Seriously. Bitcoin, wake up. Look, I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Come on. Let's look at trading light. Who's holding us down? Or who's holding us here? This is so stupid. At least FTX is moving. Oh, wow. Yeah, Bybit are really not wanting this to go anywhere. Look at all that. Like, they don't show you much on here, but that's a lot of color coming in right now. I think we're going to move higher. I think we're building a long position to move higher. That is my guess. I think we're going to hit the daily open tonight. Move it myself. Fine. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'm gonna. I'm gonna go in like. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's too risky. I'll make the call. Yeah. How much? How much? Like realistically, would you have to eat through in order to? I can't do market maker stuff. Yeah, you're looking at a few $1 million to be able to move this market right now. This is ridiculous. Anyone watching on Jay's channel, right? Because you're still watching on Jay's channel. If Jay's still streaming it. I don't even know if he is. Oh no, Jay's streaming his own one now. It's not me anymore. That's sad. I was gonna flash up the website. But yeah, anyone here from Jay's channel, welcome, welcome. Visit tauruscrypto.com to find out more about our community. There you go. Yeah. We're still moving sideways. This is so stupid. What are we going to talk about? Okay, so we have a huge CVD divergence building at these lows between the price of 44,195 and 44,198. A huge $3 range on the charts right now. And if we do load in our CVD and we look at the delta, we can see that delta has moved an enormous how much million in the last few minutes. We have moved from negative 2.6 million delta on the day to negative 2.9 million delta on the day. Actually, for price moving the same, for price not moving, that's actually quite significant. 300k. Our open interest is going absolutely crazy. We've had this move from 801.3 million to 801.2 million in open interest. A huge move down in open interest of $0.1 million. If we look at our net longs are down. Okay, that's a bit more like reasonable. How much volume are we getting? Move. If I turn tick size down to 1, it will make it appear as though we're moving. There we go. That's the lowest tick size possible. We now appear as though we are moving. Maybe I bring AgriTrade on. Let's give AgriTrade a bit of love. Then we'll look as though we're moving. Look, AgriTrade is doing stuff. Spot is by actually okay. Seriously, Spot is still buying this here. So I do think we're probably. Why are these random lines here? I would say we're probably going to see a move up. I still do think that this is what we're going to get is another attempt higher. I wouldn't want to long this, but I do think we are going to see another move higher. Welcome again. Look, this is the problem. This is what happens when I have nothing to trade. I literally just go crazy. I need volatility to survive. I need the markets to give me stuff. Otherwise, I just go crazy, and I start talking absolute shit. Oh, Joseph, yes. Shall I move to a trend rev chart and we'll have a look at this? Welcome, Sputnik, from Jason's channel. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, I said we were going to move up and we're moving down. Let's put a trend rev chart on here and we can see the death of non. Oh, it's now. Whoa, okay, cool. That's slippage. Someone just sold like 50k, 100k's worth of Bitcoin, and we had like $10, well, more $15 worth of slippage on that. Like not a single buyer within this area. So as soon as they pulled the bid on that. So if we go back to the heat map, they obviously just pulled the bid very briefly at that point. This is, you can't really zoom in any more than that. Yikes. I think we're building a position here to push higher. That's still what I think we're likely to see. One more push. But that is nasty slippage. Again, you just have these little orders that just give you this slippage on here. Adam Danks, we got to get this to 150 likes and then we'll do the American accent. There was a sneak peek. Matt, are you shorting Daily Open? Quite possibly, yeah. Quite possibly. I think maybe we just get that like at the daily close. It's what we've been doing for the last few days. So maybe this just stays boring for a bit longer. I've lost all perspective of where we are on price right now. Like we were just looking at the buy walls on Bybit. I've completely lost perspective because it's literally been doing nothing. I'd say at this point, I think we are going to see a move higher just because we can see the interest in this. But right now, there's absolutely no way you would take a long position. It would just be ridiculous. So let's try and find if we do get a move down. Ugh. Realistically, something like this would be ideal. Like, let's just push it down a little bit more and then we can go for that daily open afterwards. Yeah, I don't know about here. Now that I'm actually putting my like normal brain back on and yeah. How many likes I can't actually see the amount of likes we've got anymore. It's gone over 100, which is good. 102, cool. Oh god. I'm going to end this when we get to like 145 and just keep everyone waiting that little bit longer. I said 150 likes. Also, Senti and Randall, are you if you're watching the voice channel on the Discord? So yeah, I think that's just been just a temporary mute on that because there was a slight issue. So yeah, we it'll be back. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. There was a little issue on the voice chat. 110. I don't even know what. No, I can't do it, man. I can't do an American accent. Oh, this is bad. I can't do it. Move. Should we look at some altcoins? Someone give me some altcoins to look at. Crypto Joe, look what I started. You and Jason need to collaborate more often. Yeah, I'm all up for that. We've got two people that talk nonsense on YouTube is always going to be good fun. Two actual traders that talk nonsense on YouTube, not just people that talk nonsense on YouTube, like people that actually trade. Can I do a southern accent? I don't even know. That's more like. Come on, I can't. What's southern? I'm trying to think of Ozark. They're like kind of southern. No, they're not. They're. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like Ruth's accent from Ozark. I'm just gonna mess it up. Channel your Red Dead Redemption. I don't know. It's awful. There's few little snippets. I can't. Yeah, altcoins are just as dead. Man. Why do I do this to myself? ETH, highs of the range, not doing much. Broke out, it's doing the same thing, right? We're probably forming another range around here on Ethereum. Litecoin, there's something interesting on here. Litecoin, yeah. You had this, basically what Bitcoin hasn't done is to come all the way down and come to the low of where it had its single prints from that breakout, or the at least the inefficiency on the breakout. Talk like Matthew McConaughey. I have no idea how to talk like Matthew McConaughey. Link, same thing, right? Everything's like 5% moves. Bit tokens up to date. Oh, okay, but why is this here? Oh, wait, that's actually me. Bit tokens hit the weekly level, so this is significant. If anyone did go long on Bit token because of the Bybit and Red Bull partnership, this is a big resistance currently that you would need to reclaim in order to be looking higher. I am one of those people that did take a long on Bit token, and I have an alert set on this weekly level and it has not hit. However, I probably will take profit on this now because I need to. I like BitToken because it's one of the few that you can trade the inverse perpetual, and I really don't care if I lose all of it. So I'm just trading the inverse perpetual in order to try and accumulate loads of it in case it does go really, really high. So I have a trade on this. Bitcoin is moving down into that little order block right now, so that is good. And I'm just going to take before I forget, because I'll probably forget if I do this after a stream. I mean, I still think Bitcoin's going to move up. Oh, I've accumulated an amazing 130 bit tokens on this trade. It's like 200 quid, $200. Great. Okay, I'll take profit on that. But it's such a pointless trade. I just saw AVAX, and that reminded me of this channel. But again, that's about all I got on AVAX. First to fire, yes, they did partner with Red Bull Racing. So the Formula One, yeah, Red Bull Racing, Bybit are now like their official partners. So kind of cool. I don't like Red Bull Racing because of Max Verstappen, who just stole the championship. But yeah. What else is going on? What else is going on? I'm just gonna talk in my American accent now. And I don't know if this is a southern accent. No, this is kind of like southern or, or, um, I can't even do it. It's just like changing from southern accent to I think it's more like, I don't know. I don't even know what the accent is. I'm gonna stop. There we go. That was enough. I saw that it went from 112 likes to 111 likes just then, so someone obviously hated my accent. I wish we had some price action to talk about. Dave M. Luke, anything on that SPX gap and swing failure patterns setup do you think it takes? So, yeah, the issue we have on here, like, okay, so we know we had this gap down today on SPX, right? And it was at this point, so I'm actually going to zoom in here. It was at this point that we took the long on Bitcoin. Now, SPX did take the lows out afterwards, and Bitcoin held, which is a really good sign of strength. So the fact that Bitcoin held as a higher low, I'll go over this in a minute. So this was at 420. Hey, 420. Um, this was at 420, so we'll take a look back at that at 4:20 p.m. today, and we'll have a look at Bitcoin. So this was the point in which I went like quite hard into a long position. Then yeah, SPX took the lows. It didn't take out the low from yesterday, and it still is leaving this gap behind. Now I don't really mind that gap here, because you're looking at this as being like an inefficiency within here, and we've kind of come back to within like an area of value for when this move was going down. And over the weekend we did have this little area here, and then we had this little area here on the SPX. So we have come back in and we have had a partial fill of that, and we have tested what was previous resistance. Okay, so if you draw that across, messy, if you draw that across, then you do have that as previous resistance. Okay, so we've had a partial fill, we've come back, and then we did get the fill of the gap that was today. It's kind of scrappy, right? I think with what are we looking at here? So with the SPX itself, okay, we know that it hit the 618 as support. We know where the resistance would be is a little bit higher, so maybe we do get another move up like tomorrow or something into this, and then we come back down. I don't know. The market's closed at this point, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what to think of that. The futures, we did have this double bottom again on the 618. So what it likes to do is just equal lows and equal highs on SPX. That's what I always find, and we had those equal lows at the 618, and we've had a rally off of that. So I think if we are to get continuation before we possibly see a pullback and fill the gap, I do think we have a bit higher to go, because literally like it's just the 618 fibs and gaps that it trades right now, and high time frame levels. So this being the key like weekly level that we did have from like ages ago. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the SPX at the moment. Again, it's kind of boring, like Bitcoin is. The same with the DXY. It's coming into support here. Nasdaq, fairly dull, right? It came in, back tested this. Yeah, is very much just undecided. I think the whole market right now. I would say so. I did just see this basketballs. Personally, do you see 2022 as a bullish or bearish year? I think what happens in the next month ish, because if we are going to see the Nasdaq doing something like this and just staying stable for a while, if we are going to see the SPX doing something like this and just staying stable for a while, which I think is probably the most likely scenario, I think we'll get clarity on that in the next month. I'm going to, because I always do say this, overall economically macro stuff. I don't trade macro. I just don't care for it. But I am going to say if I had a bias of whether 2022 was going to be bullish or bearish, I would say bullish. And the reason I think that is I think so many people are very afraid of what's going to happen this year. The same, like we've been like conditioned to be scared since COVID. And I think we've been conditioned to be scared since like 2008, basically. So the whole world, the whole like public is conditioned to be afraid. Now, what I found is when people are conditioned to be afraid, it's never as bad as it seems. So like Russia, for example, nowhere near as bad as it seems. COVID, realistically, I won't comment on that, but for a lot of people, it hasn't been like the massive effects that the whole world has seen. It hasn't justified that. So generally speaking, I think when people are this much doom and gloom, I would say it's going to go the opposite direction. And that's just generally what I just know from being in the market enough, that when you have enough FUD, you generally just go, it takes a lot of effort to push price down on assets and everything. And I think we're in a phase where we're going to see there's like an effort to almost push those people out of the market that got into the market during the lockdowns, because a lot of people got into the market during lockdowns and made really good profit from the stock market, from crypto, from everything. So it almost feels to me as though there's just a big effort across the board to bring in fear, get those people back out of the markets, thinking, okay, we're going to go into a massive recession, and then they're going to run the shit out of it. That's what I honestly think is what's going to happen. You're just going to see like something crazy again that will lead to a big bubble within Bitcoin, within tech stocks, within everything. I just have a feeling. I could be completely wrong, and I'm saying this from purely speculative standpoint, but I just don't see greed in the market at the moment. I don't see that much interest in the market at the moment. So I think from a macroeconomic standpoint, I think we could see like things go way higher, up until the point where everyone starts to, like retail, start to think, oh wow, okay, cool, we're actually going up, we're going up. Everything looks really bullish, I'm going to buy. And then you see the banks starting to get involved, and you see the banks starting to buy Bitcoin in like droves, and they all start to do that, and they start to buy up stocks again, and everything thinks like, oh cool, the world's finally okay again, and then it will all come crashing down. So yeah, like what Dave says, one more swing in the piñata. I do think that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to have one more swing, and I think it's going to be crazy, and then take your profit out, because it's going to be tough after that. That's my completely non-educated guess as to what's going on. It's just a feeling I have, so don't take this like no financial advice on here, anything like that. I just feel that's what is going to happen, and that's what you can do. You can only speculate. So that was a lot of talking. Yeah, Crypto Joe, scare the retail investors into selling and pump the market, leaving the mid to low class behind again. Absolutely. The whole point of assets and the whole point of trading is to siphon money from the people who can't afford it to the people without money already, to the people that already have money. And if you're going to siphon that money from people, what better way to shake them out and then to pump them and leave them behind? So that's why we so often see, I'm going to bring this back to Bitcoin again, why we so often see with Bitcoin, especially once it starts a move, like, okay, so I'm going to go through some recent examples, and we're going to take this back from, let's do 4 examples, okay? So Bitcoin, I'm sure everyone here, because this was the last time we had a bunch of people in the market, this range that we had last summer, right? I bet everyone was trading that, and I think probably what happened down at these lows is you were really, really afraid and you were not buying. I think probably for a very large majority of the market, you probably were not buying at this point. You may have been buying here or here or here, but you probably were not buying here at this point at the lows. Now, what is the reason for that? Okay, you didn't take out any lows. You didn't actually, it wasn't bearish at the time. But you know that at this point you've got massive heightened emotion. You know the retail are just completely fed up of the market in general. What happens? Okay, you reverse it really quickly. You create a huge inefficiency on the chart here. Okay, but what then happens is the opposite. Okay, so everyone that was too scared to buy here then is trying to short all of this, trying to get an entry here. Okay, they want to see price come back down. The natural thing for the market to do would be to come back down, fill the inefficiency, and then get continuation higher. So everyone that's too scared, they're thinking, okay, well, at least I'll be able to get in around like 34,500 because the market surely is going to do that. And then they're trying to short, 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 short. And then they don't buy this because they're expecting it to go lower. What happens? The market just completely leaves them behind. They end up getting FOMO at this point. Yeah. What happens again when they're getting FOMO? Everyone's super bullish. You just rug pull. Okay. The same people that have been too afraid to buy here have bought here, and then they get rug pulled, and then they're like, okay, cool. Well, I can get an exit out if it fills this inefficiency. What happens? You have a partial little move up towards it. They never get out of it, and then they have a further move down. And then at this point, they're probably thinking, oh my God, this is just going to roll over. So we're probably going to go down and take the lows again. and then the market reverses on them again. And then at this point, when they're too afraid to buy, which has happened, which I know has happened, you create another inefficiency on the chart, and they're trying to short this because they're thinking, oh, well, I missed all of this because I was buying up here and then I sold it. How annoying. I missed the breakout. Price never comes back into it. It continues and continues and continues. And this is just something that always happens. And it's the same at the highs. Okay, everyone who was then buying up at this high, you create an inefficiency. You never come back to backtest, never give people an opportunity to get out. And we're looking at something kind of similar here. So this is why I don't think we're going to, at this point, come all the way back down, because we're looking at something very similar. And yeah, so this is what Bitcoin so often likes to do. You just create these gaps and it will just continue and continue and continue until the point where everyone starts to get really, really bullish. And at that point, that's when you're going to move down. And I think bringing it back to a round conclusion, this is just the general cycle of markets. And I think because we've got so much fear in general across the markets, I think we have the opportunity to see something where there is just disbelief in this rally, and it could just continue to float up, continue to float up, continue to float up. The same with the stock market. And then what you'll have is people in absolute disbelief, and you get a big move out above. And then it just doesn't stop. So this is like, I'm trying to turn like a small example of how it just runs and runs until sentiment flips into a big example of like a macro scale of the whole year. But yeah. That's that's kind of my thinking of why it could possibly happen. Whew. I never like talking about macro stuff because I don't trade it, but I do find it really interesting, and I'm very opinionated. So yeah, man, I'm talking so much because I have nothing else to talk about. There's no price action here going on. All right. We've done over an hour now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up. I don't see any more questions. That ended on a very speculative note. So, is there anything we can talk about just to bring things back to normal conversation again? I'm not so sure. It's still doing nothing. Bitcoin. Um, cool. All right. What I'll do, yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I think I am going to wrap it up there. I've just seen another comment. I won't comment on it, but this is the thing that I'm thinking as well. A lot of people now are conditioned into selling, thinking that they'll sell at the yearly open, they'll sell at 52, and this is part of the reason why we may not get that, because I think more people will be looking to sell than they will be looking um to buy. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. Please do, if anyone is new here, do go and check out. Let me bring it up on this. Do go check out tauruscrypto.com. Okay, it is there in the corner of your screen. So tauruscrypto.com. If you would like to know any more about the community. We've just done a very speculative end to this stream. But we do trade this very seriously, and we have made some really good trades today. So yeah, if you would like to learn more about this, we do have our website here, and you can learn more about this. We do have a free Discord community, and then you can learn more about the crew membership by clicking on the crew. So yeah, thank you very much. I will see everyone around in Discord, and yeah, have a great evening, and